start again. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today's lesson is going to be about classroom English. Let's start. Nouns. People involved in the school. So, who are the people that you find in the school? There are many people there. You find teachers, you find students. Of course, you find the people who work in the administration, like the headmaster, mudir, the school principal, another supervisor, haris al-am, assistant is the katib, and also you find the people who keep the school safe and secured. We call them security guard, and all, of course, the people who keep the school clean. So they keep cleaning the school so that you find it clean when you go to school, right? So we call them schoolmates. What are the books involved? What are the books that you work with? So the first one is the textbook. The textbook, our textbook that we work with this year is Al-Masar, Window on the World. Okay? And then you have the copybook, is the book that you copy lessons and exercises in. And then notebook, of course, it is for vocabulary items. It is for if you want to note something important. Of course, you have the dictionary and exercise book and exercise and lesson book. Those are names that we use. We say write it in the exercise book, which means كتبها في دفتر التمارين and دفتر الدروس. So tools used in the classroom. ما هي الأدوات التي نستعملها في So the tools used in the classroom. We use the board. So the board, we use it in order to write things on. All right. And of course, we need a marker in order to write on the board. And we need an eraser in order to clean what you write on the board. Fine. So eraser. We have marker and we have marker eraser. Chalk. Of course, if we have a blackboard, we use chalk. But if we have a whiteboard like this, we use markers. Fine. And then you find a pen. So you use a pen in order to write in your copybook. Corrector. If you make a mistake, you use a corrector in order to correct your mistake. That's why we call it corrector. And then we have the ruler if you want to make lines under, the date or something important, or that you think it is important. Highlighter, the same. It's when you find something very important, you just highlight it, which means that when you highlight a sentence or a word, it means that this word is very important and I have to look at it again. So crayons are these, as you can see. We use them in drawing. And pencil, of course, you know what a pencil, وقلم رصاص. Expressions that you can hear from time to time in the classroom. Those are not all the expressions, and I cannot write all of them, but these are some of them. Not all of them, but some of the expressions that you may hear me saying. Okay. Expressions. Sit down means اجلس. Stand up. Open your textbook on page 17. Turn to page 10. Do exercises on page 19. Copy the lesson. Of course, if I write something on the board and I say, hey, try to copy what have been written on the board in your lesson copybook, which means copy. نقول لك شيء اللي مكتوب. What is the date of today? If I ask you about the date of the day, you tell me, okay? Come up to the board. If I ask somebody to come up to the board, which means they have to come to the board and write on the board. Write this down on your notebook. If I ask you to write something on your notebook, fine. I say, write this down on your notebook. Pay attention to what I say. When I say something and you seem like you don't really pay attention to it, I can say, hey, pay attention to what I say, which means that what I'm saying is very important. So you have to be careful, pay attention to it, and focus, concentrate, all that. So don't do that again. If I see you do something bad, something that is not acceptable, I can say, hey, don't do that again. Okay? In activities, I always ask students to get into pairs, which means they can be in two, like in twos or in pairs, or get into groups. So pair, زوج يعني يكون جوج pairs هي group. Follow the instructions. I can say, hey, follow the instructions هي تتبعوا التعليمات اللي كنعطيكم. هي to follow the instructions أو تتبعوا التعليمات. Read the text twice. يقرأوا التكست جوج المرات. Who can role play the conversation؟ يعني شكون اللي يمثل هذا الكونفرسيشن في السبوره. Who can read يعني شكون يقرا. Someone to read the dialogue. إلا قلت لكم someone to read the dialogue شي واحد يقرا الديالوج. Come in ادخل. إلا جيتي معطل مثلا نقول لك ادخل. ولا جيتي معطل غنقول لك don't come late again يعني ما تجيش معطل مره اخرى. Don't come late again. ملي نقولها لك فهم انا كنقول لك ما تعطلش مره اخرى. So don't come late again. Are there any absentees? If I ask somebody if are there any absentees واش كاين شي غياب, right? You will be tested in this. يعني منين نقول لكم you will be tested in this means هاد الشيء اللي كنقول لكم راه غادي تمتحنوا فيه. يعني خاصكم تراجعوه. Okay? Exercise on page 20 are homework for next class. Okay? Exercises on page 20 are homework for next class. يعني الاكسرسايزز في الصفحه 20 غادي يكون الهوم او الواجب المنزلي ديالكم في الحصه الماجيه. I will post a lesson online يعني غادي ندير واحد lesson او درس اونلاين يعني في الانترنت. فوالا هادو expressions. حاولوا تكونوا familiar معاهم. اوكي. تفهموهم منين انا يعني نخدمهم باش ما يكونش يعني واحد misunderstanding between us أو سوء تفاهم بيناتنا. So هادو هما try to write هادشي هذا تكتبوه في الدفتر ديالكم مع التاريخ ديال إن شاء الله ديال البارح ديال السبت. يلا مع السلامة and take care.